Okay, so we have actually been discussing coding and programming for a long time. I think it's time we also talk about trading too, like how you execute the trades with your knowledge of programming and coding and all that stuff. So I'm just going to explain with a trade I took recently, really, really recently, and you'd also see my approach to trading. Well, one of my approaches to trading, and maybe it could help you. So the first thing is that I trade only one pair, and that is GBP USD. I only trade one pair. And then another thing is that I don't play with my fundamentals. That's the first thing I do before I enter a trade. I go to Forex Factory, I check the news, and I try to understand the news and see how it would affect me for that trading day. Now you might be wondering, do you need to pay for a course to learn fundamentals and all that stuff? And a really, really easy way to get that knowledge is just by asking ChatGPT what that the news you're seeing, what it means, and how it could affect the day. Because I strongly believe fundamentals move the markets. Now, when you do your fundamental analysis, it gives you the direction of the pair for that day. But what it doesn't tell you is when exactly you should take the trade. Okay, so that is where your technical analysis comes in. So if you're good with your fundamentals, you get direction, technical analysis. When exactly do you enter the trade? And I know a lot of you don't like using indicators or whatever. You depend on yourself for your signals. But I use indicators for my entry. And the reason is because those indicators are coded by me, and the instructions I gave there is to guide me to know when exactly to take those positions. So let's say my bias for the day is a sell. When I check my indicator and it gives me a buy signal, I'm not going to take that buy signal. I'm going to keep on waiting until that sell signal comes out. And then when the sell signal also comes out, I also the indicator just quickly calculates my stop loss and my take profit for me. And all those information is based on the on what I have given the program to do. So currently now I'm on trading view and I would show you the trade I took and I also show you the MT5 execution. But one thing I want you to know is that those basic concepts we were taught in trading, candlestick patterns, chart patterns, they work. Indicators work too. Or people leave it and they are chasing other strategies that can give you that they believe would give them, 1 is to 200 RR, 1 is to 500 RR, and all that stuff. But I like to keep it simple, and I hope you too would keep it simple. So when I go to a higher time frame, let me try to draw this. This is all I'm looking for my trade entries. One, two, up, down, break of entry. Then another one is this goes up, goes down, comes up, breaks, boom. So sell here, buy here. Then your stop loss is going to be below this level that broke out. And then your take profit is going to be the highest point here. Then for this is the entry is just going to be the break here, break from the trend line here, and your stop loss is going to be here, and your take profit is going to here. So this is just a very, very simple explanation of my trade entries. And you could trade this manually too. You don't need to program it. You can use the information I've given in this video to trade manually and profitably. I just programmed it first off because it gives me an objective way to look at the market. I don't come around and I'm always telling myself, oh, this fits. Meanwhile, it doesn't fit. Another thing is that it saves me time. So I can just be anywhere in the world and I get a notification, I enter the trades. So that's how I do mine. You could get your fundamental bias for the day to be maybe a buy or a sell, and you could even use, or depending on the fundamental bias, the kind of news you get, you could even use something as simple as a moving average cross for your entries. As long as you know where you can put your stop loss and your take profits, backtest your strategy, you could work with that. But what I really hammer is that people should not focus only on the technicals. Also look into the fundamental aspects of trading. It's more important. Then let's go to the trade I took. So the trade is currently still playing out. Still playing out, but I had to close up because I've actually reached my targets for this month. So I closed the trade. That's all. But I'm base, you see what I drew here? This goes up, goes up, goes up, breaks out. You sell, take profit here, stop loss here. Same thing here. Same thing applies here. So when I saw that price had this double top here, I also saw this area as significant and then also took it. Depending on how you want to refine my strategy in the future, of course, you could still put your stop loss all the way up here or whatever. But I believe this structure here would hold, and that was why I put my stop loss just above this level here. And if you go over to the 4 hour, I do not normally use I don't normally use trading view, so don't fully understand how to zoom in and zoom out and all that stuff, but we'll make it work. So on the 4H, you can see that the trend is actually on a downtrend, right? Sentiments too were or towards the sell on the fundamental analysis. Then price started slow going up for a retracement. Now, this simple zigzag up, down, up, down, up, down just means that the buyers are getting exhausted. They are not strong enough to keep this, to start a new buy trend. So the sell trend is probably going to come back. So once I saw this, I went down to a lower time frame for my entries. Another thing that gave me the confidence and something I really, really love to see when I'm looking at these ascending channels or descending channel pattern is a double top, or for a descending channel is going to be a double bottom. And if you get triple top, even better. So once I get a double top, I'm so happy to take that trade. And that's basically how I trade.